Gravedigger.
Hi, Zizaran here with another video for Necropolis League, and this is going to be an explosive arrow update. This is a build that I have a lot of guides for, and this is going to be more of an advanced sum up of what I'm currently doing right now. Some people will be wondering why this isn't in all the initial guides and stuff like that, and frankly, I don't like putting like anywhere like around 100, 150 divine setup in the beginner guides because it can be very daunting for new players. And honestly, I don't expect that most people love EA enough to invest that much into EA. I'm going to go over everything I'm doing at the moment and like the super advanced setups, and I'm not even all the way there yet. I'm still working on it myself, and I am coming to realize that EA peaked so hard in Toda, and we'll talk about that as well. Are you looking to gear up for the wave of next-gen ARPGs? This year is going to be insanely demanding on your system, but not on your wallet. Starforge has you covered with the Horizon line, with great computers for your everyday gaming, and for those looking for the top-of-the-line PC, the Voyager model is there for you. If you want a solid system with a rock-hard performance, look no further. Starforge is the perfect fit for you. That rocket is definitely happy to see you. Give yourself an edge to blast through the golden year of ARPGs by heading over to starforgesystems.com and get yourself one of the best PCs in the universe. So this is my Toda character, and I think total, I haven't toggled everything, but I think this had like 12 or 14 million damage. And what's so strong about the Toda version is basically Warrior's Tail. Well, there's a few other things too. You could actually get Leaf Shade on champion very easily. So you manage to get things like 2 projectiles here with no damage downside, and you get like, I think it's like 20% suppression here through Warrior's Tail. And I managed to fit all these auras. I managed to have Skitterbot's Precision, Malevolence, Purity of Elements, and Light and Determination, and I had Forbidden Flame set up for additional aura effect. So I had Inspirational, and then got Worthy Foe through that. This was obviously pretty crazy. It killed all the Ubers, and I had a borderline perfect bow. But what are we going to do to make the current version better? So there's a few things I'm looking at. So I have done a 4th vow setup. I really like that. And a lot of people have been asking, like, why isn't 4th vow in the guide? Holy fuck, dude. Why do I use 4th vow? Like, what actually makes it so good? Well, it's actually its interaction with Divine Flesh. So all damage taken bypass the energy shield. That's whatever. That's, well, actually a bad thing. 50% of elemental damage taken as chaos. And then you read the line on 4th vow, armor also applies to chaos damage from hits. This is really strong. And obviously it's only half as well, so our armor is that much stronger on that portion. So it'll be like pretty much always getting 90% mitigation. And we have 81 max chaos rest because I got very lucky with my glorious vanity. So what it does is it converts all the notables and small nodes. And we're looking for the name of Zibakwa, and then the numbers, whatever. Try to find something that has good stats. So I got +1 max chaos rest, projectile speed, whatever, 4% life, 9% armor, 7 lightning, 10 fire, 13 minion, and this one, 31% armor and 4% fizz reduction. And here I have 8% aura effect. So it's really, really strong, insanely good. But we are mostly just looking for the fact that it's Zabakwa so that it turns this into Divine Flesh. And then you get that like insane tank from this. Now, you can't use the 10% or 15% life if you have no life masteries, because it does have regen. Life regen. So Zabakwa is very strong on its own and an absolute powerhouse with 4th vow. Fitting 100% suppression. I don't know how much I'm at right now. It is so hard to get 100% suppression, which is more important than a 4th vow, but it's really hard to fit. So you can see, I'll hover over my gear real quick. My bow is my starter bow. I want to make a better one than that. And I have an idea in my head of how I can guarantee 100% wed, +3, tier 1 attack speed. I don't think we can hit dot multi because it's not tagged, but we can at least like guarantee this bow, but with 100% wed on item level 86. That should be fine, I think, in theory. Okay, ring. This just does need to be replaced because I need to open prefix. This is fine. This is pretty much perfect. Actually, it is perfect. Well, it could have 4 more cold resist or whatever. Quiver, honestly, I can get a double dot multi one because I will be able to get rid of the cold resist, I think. Obviously, I can get higher life, but this is made by Screaming Essence of Woes, and I just finally got lucky. I think it took like 100 to 200. So all the stuff I've made, most of it is crafted, except my boots I bought. I bought these boots with perfect suffixes. The prefixes were bricked, and I bought a Eldritch Annulment. So I bought these boots for 1 or 2 divine. And then I bought an Eldritch Annulment and I hit the evasion and managed to craft movement speed. So pretty happy with that. The helmet, this could be better. I really do want tier 1 suppression here because suppression is the main thing I want to fit. It doesn't have good lightning res. This could also be something I play around with Deafening Essence of Woe for even more mana restoration. I do like the idea of fitting purity of elements. I don't think I can though. But so that's pretty good. I have a max roll 4th Vow. Good roll on Undying Dawn. My gloves are almost perfect. I could have the focus mod instead. That would let me use Ashes. And I'm going back and forth with Ashes. Like, you definitely need the focus attack speed mod if you want to use an Ashes. But Ashes looks so good. And let me just show you real quick. So a thing that's really cool right now is right now our Enduring Cry is 5.9 seconds. Now, if you get an Ashes with max quality, that turns into 3.9 seconds. And then if you play around a little bit with the setup, let's say that we could entirely just drop Blankar, right? That's the easy way. If we do a level 4 Enhance, it is 3.2 seconds. And for the Giga endgame, obviously, like, +1 on glove isn't the hardest thing to hit. At least it's within the realm of possibility. So you could hit +1 gems for an even higher enhance. So if we put it on the gloves, we can get it down to a 3-second cooldown. Now, the regen is only over 1 second, and sadly, we can't change that. But it does mean that you have pretty crazy regen up very often. So also, that sounds like it's going to sound very annoying because that sound gets very repetitive. So it will sound awful. But you do also get 8 Fizz mitigation because I have +1 endurance here. So that part sounds very lucrative. Obviously, regen is a big hole for a champion. So I do like that. But more than that, a thing that becomes really hard with the damage of EA, you can see that it is a pretty big downgrade. Pretty big downgrade, actually, from my amulet. I got very lucky with the 31 all attributes on my amulet. Making a +2 amulet is very easy. I can show you real quick. I have a few videos on making amulets, but it's just so simple to make a +2 that I just like showing it off now and again. But you alteration spam until you get +1 gems. It'll take you anywhere from 300 alts to 50,000. I think it's like 3,000 on average, but you know, I had one guy in chat that used like 6,000 and didn't hit it. Now, after you've done this, well, actually, I imprinted, by the way. I imprinted before doing this because ideally you want to hit a good suffix, or if you hit a good prefix, it's kind of annoying. I don't like that, at least. So this could be an outcome that you start with, and you have a chance to lose the suffix. You have a 33% chance to lose the suffix because one of the steps. So you can do this. This is if you don't have a suffix, right? If you do have a suffix, so let's simulate that case just so it's easier to follow. So let's say you have tier 1 strength. What you can do instead, and this is for fire specifically. It's not the same on every plus gems. It's similar though, so you can play around with it and figure out the different ways in Path of Building, Path of Exile. But either way, we can do this. And now when we do add remove fire, it will, well, there you saw that it removed the strength. It's a 33% chance. It can also remove the multi-mod or the other one. The reason why we can't craft added fire now is because you're going to get fire resist, because now you have an open suffix. So basically, it needs the suffixes to be full, or it's not going to force +1 ever, pretty much. So yeah, the suffixes need to be full when you're removing fire. But yeah, so that's very easy. And that's the easiest good amulet. Replica amulet is even better, I think. So both are good. I'm a big fan of Replica. There has not been a single EA one for sale that I've seen, unless I've missed a whoop. Finally, I have managed to get rid of the right side of the tree. I'm currently moving towards ailment immune. I feel like there's a lot of annoying ailments now. What I'm going to do is, instead of this damage tool, I'm going to put a ancestral. So this is the one I'm going to put in here. Boom. It does give me dex as well, which is obviously good for suppression. And then I will basically get like half my avoidance from that, and I would get the other, I don't know if it says here anywhere, like my avoid. But either way, I could get my other avoid here. Now, it is a lot of points. I don't really have a better way of doing it. It would be nice to be element immune. I can also get Corrupting Blood immunity from Mastery. Now, a Green Nightmare here is really good because it gives so much suppression, especially when you do Cold Res here. So you can do Cold Res here, and you can do Cold Res here. And you can see that I now have so much suppression. I can almost remove these. So at least that saves up like 4 points, 3 points, something like that. And these aren't without merit, right? Like they are good. I do get the additional cold and lightning res, and yeah, that's it. I do get the additional cold and lightning res, plus some cold res here. That does make it easier to fit things. So that is probably where I'm going to go next. Probably end up dropping some masteries. I can also drop points here. Not a big fan of that. But this is a rough idea of where I headed. I would love to try to fit a diadem and go for the removing life tap setup. So to do this, I would need Tireless, and I would need to use Inspiration. And I can't even remember right now if Inspiration used with mana from Energy Shield counts. I think so. But I need double minus mana cost on rings. And yeah, we would need the EB to be able to cast anything. And then we, especially because I'm using 4th Vow already, we might have enough mana that I can cast a Aura on a Blessing. And obviously we free up like 4 or 5 life taps. That would be one thing I'm looking at there. As you can see though, this is why I didn't include that in the beginner guide. It's such a like finicky setup, and getting tier 1 suppression on every single base. And obviously I don't even have like low implicit on my gloves. I have 8%, so I've actually I have exceptional suppression there, so it is very hard to hit everything, but that's the main things I'm working on. And my current plan for EA is basically just make money for other builds. I think there are, especially this league, a lot better builds for tier 17s. The Archmage build being particularly one, because that can use a Mage Blood. EA can't. Obviously we're so belt locked, we're a little bit amulet locked. So that's the main thing I'm looking at. But I just wanted to make like a rough update there about my character and where I'm going next. Either way, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Thank you so much for watching. Sub if you like it. And if you found any cool things with EA that is new, feel free to share in the comments down below. But more importantly, try to die less than I do.